What's up, Waluigi? Trent from Trentendo here. We got a brand new video for you guys today where we're going to talk a little bit more about Hogwarts Legacy for the Nintendo Switch and some new information about the day one patch that we will see for the Switch version. So before we hop into that though, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you guys are kept up to date with everything going on here at Trentendo. Let's see if we can hit 20 likes on this video. It really does help. I appreciate it. And without further ado, let's hop right into this update. Now, it has been confirmed by Avalanche that this game will include a day one patch for the Nintendo Switch version that will be required to be downloaded regardless of if you have the digital version or if you pick up the physical cartridge. Now, the entire game will not be on the cartridge, unfortunately, with about an 8 GB download that will be required for the first day in order to play the game on the Nintendo Switch, as I said, regardless of which version you have, digital or physical. Now, this is not bad news per se. This isn't good news per se either, but I think that there is some benefit to this being the case, as well as some downside. Now, the downside being that the entire game is not on the physical version. So if you go pick up the physical version, you're still going to have to go home and download something to play this game, which, you know, if you were wanting to play this right when you get it, you're gonna have to go home, pop it into your Switch, and then hope that your download speed is fast enough to get this thing, you know, playable within a reasonable amount of time. That's still a pretty sizable download for the Nintendo Switch, and you're going to need an additional 1.5 gigs if you want to get the language pack. So maybe English is not your first language, or you want to play the game in another language, or whatever the case may be, that you're going to need to have the additional space to download that as well. So as far as, you know, maybe the portability of it, it'll be fine just after you get that first initial download done. So make sure you get that Ethernet cable ready, as that will probably help speed up those download times significantly. So that's kind of the downside to this, you know, is you are going to have to download. Now, the good thing, as I mentioned, is that there is some benefit to this, and that is it is keeping the cost of the game, you know, at that $60 for the standard edition. And then if you wanted to get the deluxe edition, I believe it is 70, it might even be 80. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest, but the deluxe version is slightly more. But for the standard edition, this does keep the price down lower, as there are bigger cartridges for the Nintendo Switch. If I'm not mistaken, Tears of the Kingdom saw, you know, one of the larger cartridge sizes. I believe it was a 32 gig cartridge, and we saw that game was bumped up to $70 just for their standard edition of the game. Now, that being said, it does help keep the cost down a little bit, and there has been, you know, this is far from the first Nintendo Switch game that will require a significant download from the day one patch, regardless of the version. So other than that, you know, I think that's the only really benefit to this, you know, is that we save some money. Hopefully, you know, that does keep the cost down. They're not jacking up the price just for a larger cartridge. But the downside is that if you do have the physical version, it is not on the whole thing is not on the cartridge, which is unfortunate. But I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below. You know, is this a big deal to you? I am curious to hear your thoughts. Like I said, I think that there's some downside to it, but there is some benefit for going with these small cartridges. And then, you know, once the game is downloaded, you are going to be able to play that game to your heart's content, regardless of your internet connection. So hope you guys enjoyed this update. Like I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, see if we can't get to 20 likes. It really does help, and let's see if we can get to the 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be awesome. And I'm super excited for Hogwarts Legacy. Can't wait to get my hands on this game. Just a couple of weeks for the Nintendo Switch. Definitely one of my games of the year, and excited to go through it again on the Nintendo platform. So hope you enjoyed. Let's get that comments going down below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions as well. And until next time, catch you later.